Shocking news in K-biz. Could it be love? Or just business? Gong Yoo and Soo-jung were spotted together on a quiet coffee date. And the rumors are spreading like wildfire. Was it a casual meeting? Or the beginning of something much deeper? Let's dive in and uncover the truth. Only here on Red Carpet Revealed. The world of Korean entertainment thrives on spectacle. A single photograph, a passing glance, and the faintest whisper of scandal can ignite firestorms that burn through fan communities, social media feeds, and headlines across the globe. But even in an industry accustomed to gossip, news that Gong Yoo and Soo-jung were spotted together at a quiet coffee shop in Seoul has struck with unusual force. For days, it has dominated conversations, trending hashtags, debates. Was this an innocent meeting between old friends and colleagues? Or was it the spark of something far more intimate? The story begins with a blurred photograph, taken by a passerby at a hidden cafe in Samcheongdong. The image captured two figures sitting across from each other at a wooden table, steam curling from their cups as the winter sunlight streamed through the window. To the casual eye, it could have been any pair of acquaintances enjoying an afternoon break. But eagle-eyed netizens quickly noticed the sharp jawline, familiar features, and distinctive style that could only belong to Gong Yoo, the actor whose performances have defined K-drama for over a decade. And opposite him sat a woman with delicate features and elegant posture, unmistakably actress Soo-jung. Within hours, the photo was circulating across online forums, captions exploding with speculation. For Gong Yoo, this moment is doubly shocking because of his reputation. Throughout his career, he has been one of the most enigmatic figures in K-entertainment. Fans know him as the immortal guardian from Goblin, the desperate survivor in Train to Busan, and the icy investigator in The Silent Sea. But beyond the screen, he has carefully maintained an aura of mystery, rarely granting interviews that stray into personal territory. Gong Yoo has built a wall between his professional life and his private self. To see him in such a casual, intimate setting, away from cameras and stylists, was enough to fuel endless theories. Soo-jung carries a similar air of elegance and restraint. She first won the nation's heart as the fragile yet resilient heroine of I'm Sorry, I Love You, and over the years has shaped a career marked by artistic integrity and emotional depth. Unlike many of her peers, she has avoided sensational scandals, choosing instead to let her work speak for her. Yet her pairing with Gong Yoo on screen in the romantic film Finding Mr. Destiny left fans enchanted with their chemistry. Whispers of off-screen connection have lingered ever since. That is why, when the two were photographed together, it felt to many like the resurrection of a long-simmering possibility. Eyewitness accounts only added more layers to the drama. Cafe staff described the atmosphere as relaxed but oddly charged. One barista claimed, "Seemed comfortable, like they had known each other for a long time. They laughed often, and there was this quiet familiarity between them." Another observer said the two stayed for over an hour, leaning closer during their conversation, occasionally glancing toward the door as though cautious of being recognized. Such details, minor on their own, painted a picture that was irresistible for fans hungry for more. Social media erupted within minutes. Hashtags like Gong Yoo and Soo-jung, coffee date, and secret couple shot to the top of trending lists in South Korea, Japan, and even international platforms like Twitter and Instagram. Fan accounts reposted old clips from their film together, overlaying them with captions like Destiny Reunited and Love Story Continues. Memes spread like wildfire, some celebrating the potential romance, others mocking the secrecy. The fandom was divided, some thrilled at the idea of their beloved stars finding happiness together, others skeptical and protective, insisting it must be a professional meeting blown out of proportion. Mainstream media outlets wasted no time amplifying the speculation. Tabloids published bold headlines, "Secret love or business deal?" Gong Yoo and Soo-jung spotted together. Entertainment talk shows dissected the photo on live broadcasts, zooming in on every detail: the angle of Gong Yoo's smile, the way Soo-jung held her cup, the empty seat beside them. Even serious news outlets could not resist covering the story, framing it as a cultural phenomenon that revealed the public's obsession with celebrity lives. The timing of the meeting only heightened the frenzy. Both actors were in a rare lull between major projects. Gong Yoo had recently wrapped promotional activities for his Netflix series, while Soo-jung had completed filming for a drama that was still in post-production. This gap in their schedules meant they had the freedom to meet quietly, yet also meant that speculation about secret collaboration spread quickly. Industry insiders whispered that they were preparing to co-star in a new project, possibly a drama or film aimed at global audiences. The cafe meeting have been a script discussion disguised as a casual outing? But skeptics pointed out that if it were business, why choose such an exposed setting? Why not meet in an office? Or a private studio? The choice of a quaint cafe, with wide windows and a bustling street outside, seemed almost reckless for two stars of their magnitude. Was this a calculated move to test public reaction? Or a genuine slip that revealed something deeper? As days passed, more evidence surfaced. Netizens compiled side-by-side comparisons of their clothing, noting that Gong Yoo had been photographed earlier in the day wearing the same jacket, while Soo-jung's scarf matched one she wore in a fam photo a week prior. Amateur paparazzi uploaded short clips that allegedly showed them leaving the cafe separately, yet within minutes of each other, walking in opposite directions before being picked up by waiting cars. These fragments of information, though inconclusive, were enough to sustain the wildfire of rumor. The industry itself seemed rattled. Advertising agencies with contracts tied to both stars reportedly held emergency meetings. One cosmetics brand associated with Soo-jung worried that fans might project their own narratives onto her image, implicating marketing campaigns. Meanwhile, Yoo's team was said to be fielding non-stop calls from reporters demanding clarification. Yet both sides remained conspicuously silent, releasing no statements, neither confirming nor denying the rumors. Silence only deepened the intrigue. Fans began to speculate wildly about the meaning behind the silence. Some argued that if it were untrue, their agencies would have denied it immediately. Others countered that remaining silent was a strategy to let the story fade on its own. But in the absence of clarity, imaginations ran wild. Fiction sites exploded with stories imagining Gong Yoo and Soo-jung rekindling romance over coffee. All gossip forums debated whether this was a calculated publicity stunt for an upcoming project. The truth remained elusive. The impact was undeniable. The image of the two together, smiling softly in the warmth of a cafe, had already burned itself into the collective imagination. It was no longer just about what had happened that afternoon, it was about what the world wanted it to mean. Was this the start of Korea's most unexpected love story? Or simply the mundane reality of two colleagues sharing a drink? As the first week of speculation drew to a close, tension only intensified. Entertainment reporters hinted that more photographs might be released. Tabloids promised exclusive interviews with the witnesses. And fans, restless and impatient, refreshed their feeds obsessively for the next revelation. What began as a blurry photo had grown into a cultural storm, one that showed no signs of subsiding. Cafe doors closed on that mysterious afternoon. One haunting question lingered in the air: was this a meeting of destiny, or a fleeting coincidence destined to be blown out of proportion? In the next chapter, we dive deeper into the aftermath, shocking confessions, and the industry-shaking consequences of Gong Yoo and Soo-jung's coffee date. The silence could not last forever. As the days stretched into weeks, the pressure on both Gong Yoo and Soo-jung reached unbearable heights. Agencies were bombarded with calls from journalists. Their fans clamored for answers, and every minor public appearance was dissected for clues. Would they deny the rumors outright, confirm them with a bold confession, or allow the story to fade quietly into the shadows? The world waited with bated breath. At last, a statement arrived, but it only deepened the mystery. Gong Yoo's management released a brief message to the press: the two actors are longtime colleagues who occasionally meet. We ask for respect regarding their private lives. It was a masterclass in ambiguity. To some, it was a denial cloaked in politeness. To others, it was confirmation hidden in plain sight. Occasionally meet seemed to suggest a history, not just a single afternoon. Was this the quiet acknowledgement fans had been waiting for, or a carefully chosen phrase meant to extinguish the fire without pouring on more fuel? Soo-jung's side remained quiet a little longer, but eventually, her agency released a similar statement. They share a professional friendship and have crossed paths over the years. Recent meeting was not unusual, again. Sparked fresh debates. Why emphasize that it was not unusual? Why not call it what most claimed it to be, a business meeting? The vague language only encouraged the storm to grow larger. Fans reacted in predictable chaos. Some were elated, convinced this was confirmation of a secret romance. Others felt betrayed, insisting that their favorite stars owed them transparency. Online battlefield raged with hashtags both supportive and critical. Let them be trended alongside they owe us truth. One particularly emotional fan wrote, "Don't care if it's business or love, I just want to see them happy." Another countered with sharp anger, "These stars live off our money. We deserve honesty." The situation escalated further when entertainment shows began inviting analysts and body language experts to comment on the infamous cafe photo. They highlighted the angle of Gong Yoo's smile, the way Soo-jung's hands rested on her cup, the tilt of her head as she leaned closer. This is not the body language of a simple business meeting, commentator declared confidently. Another argued, "They look too relaxed, too intimate. This is personal." Television audience lapped it up, and ratings for these segments skyrocketed. But amid the frenzy, some voices of reason tried to emerge. Fellow actors who had worked with both stars urged the public to respect their privacy. A director who had collaborated with Gong Yoo remarked, "Values friendship deeply. It is possible for a man and woman to share coffee without romance." Still, such rational perspectives were drowned out by the roar of scandal-hungry media. The turning point came when a second set of photos surfaced. This time, the images were clearer. Gong Yoo and Soo-jung leaving what appeared to be the same cafe on another day, both dressed in casual attire. Wearing baseball caps pulled low, they exited separately, but within minutes of each other, slipping into different cars. The photos reignited the frenzy with renewed intensity. Now it was no longer about a single meeting, it was about a pattern. 2 coffee dates in such a short time? Coincidence seemed increasingly unlikely. Reporters swarmed. They camped outside Gong Yoo's apartment building, trailed Soo-jung after her filming schedules, faced rumors of secret getaways. Tabloids claimed the two were seen together at a quiet gallery opening, though no photos surfaced to confirm it. One particularly bold headline screamed, "Coffee today, wedding tomorrow." The media circus spun faster and faster, dragging the two stars deeper into the whirlwind. Came the emotional heart of the saga. Soo-jung, during a press conference for her upcoming drama, directly about the rumors. For a moment, she froze, eyes wide as the question hung in the air. Then, small, trembling smile, she replied, "I believe happiness is not something that needs to be explained. Sometimes, what matters most is simply being understood." Her words were vague, yet heavy with emotion. The press room buzzed with electricity, reporters scribbling furiously. To some, this was as good as a confession. To others, it was a plea for privacy. Gong Yoo, too, faced an unexpected confrontation. During an overseas fan event, old fans shouted from the crowd, "Appa! Is it true with Soo-jung?" The hall went silent. Gong Yoo paused, then gave a small, knowing smile. "Life surprises us all," he said. We're moving on to the next question. That one line sent shockwaves through the internet. Was it confirmation? Was it deflection? Either way, it only added fuel to the fire. Behind the scenes, the industry held its breath. Advertisers debated whether to pull campaigns or double down on the star's newfound attention. Streaming platforms noted a spike in searches for their past works, with Finding Mr. Destiny suddenly climbing back into trending lists a decade after its release. Some producers whispered that if the romance were true, casting them together again would guarantee global viewership. Scandal had morphed into opportunity, and the business world was eager to exploit it. International outlets joined the frenzy. Japanese tabloids called it a love story reborn. Chinese media speculated about a secret engagement. And entertainment blogs, always eager for a new Korean scandal, framed it as Asia's braingel in a moment. The story had outgrown its origins. It was no longer about two stars in a cafe. It was about the global fascination with K-biz, and how a single coffee cup could become the centerpiece of an international drama. But for Gong Yoo and Soo-jung, reality was more personal, more painful. Friends close to the actors reported that both felt suffocated by the sudden spotlight. Soo-jung, known for her sensitivity, was said to have broken down in tears during a private gathering, confessing, "I just wanted a moment of peace, not this storm." Gong Yoo, ever stoic, reportedly grew quieter, retreating further from public appearances. And yet, neither outright denied the possibility of romance. Their silence spoke volumes, echoing louder than any official statement could. As the weeks turned into months, The frenzy began to cool. But the questions remained unanswered. Lovers cautiously navigating the dangers of public scrutiny? Were they colleagues meeting for a secret project? Or was the entire saga nothing more than coincidence inflated into a global obsession? The truth lay hidden behind closed doors. And perhaps that was how they intended it to remain. Even so, the impact of the story endured. Fans continued to ship them passionately, creating fan art and tribute videos celebrating their destined love. Others chose to believe the business theory, convinced a major project would be announced soon. The industry, for its part, once again how fragile the boundary is between personal life and public consumption. In the end, the coffee date was more than a meeting, it was a mirror. It reflected the hunger of fans for romance, the restlessness of media in pursuit of clicks, and the vulnerability of stars trapped in a world where privacy is a luxury they can never truly afford. Gong Yoo and Soo-jung may never reveal the truth. The world has already written their story, each person choosing the version that satisfies their hopes or confirms their fears. And so the question lingers. And unresolved, was it love, was it work, or was it something in between? Whatever the truth, the quiet moment they shared over coffee has become immortalized, not just as gossip, but as legend. For in the glittering world of K-biz, even the simplest gestures can echo forever. So, from one simple coffee date, storm was born, rumors of love, whispers of secret work, and the undeniable fascination of two of Korea's brightest stars sitting together in the quiet of a Seoul cafe. Whether Gong Yoo and Soo-jung were sharing business plans or a moment of intimacy, the world has already spun its own tale. That will linger long after the headlines fade. To our loyal readers and viewers, thank you for joining us on this emotional journey filled with tension, shock, and unforgettable questions. Passion and curiosity are what keep us uncovering the hidden truths of K-biz. This has been Red Carpet Revealed. Promise, the next secret, the next shocking confession, the next story to shake the industry, is already waiting. Until then, thank you for watching. Thank you for believing. And remember, in the world of stardom, even coffee can become a legend. Goodbye for now.